Hello everybody, this is DrMcBrick and I'm here with a new series on our channel. It's called MOC Mashup, and what I'm going to do in this series is I'm going to be taking sets, putting them together and coming up with a larger set or a particular area for my city. So this is the first in a series of the city space sets. So what we're going to do is, as you see here, I have the city space set rocket assembly and transport, and then I also have the deep space rocket and launch control, and I have the city police station from 2017. I'm going to take all of these and we're going to build a Figsdale Space and Research Center out of it. And as you can see, I've started to build it. This series is inspired by JC from Small Brick City. I want to give him the credit for inspiring me to do this. He has some great series, and one of the things he did was a cathedral most recently, and it is absolutely beautiful. And he goes a series of, I think, like 10 videos where he builds that cathedral out of several Harry Potter sets and some other things. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing here, only I'm going to be doing it with space. It's going to be kind of an informal type of build video. I will try to to show different things as I can and edit them together and everything. But for now, this first in the series is just kind of the launch, the intro, and then I plan on doing some work over the weekend and some things like that, and just kind of showing you some of the steps I go through in my process to build. We've all seen Figsdale if you've been following my channel and everything. Oh, by the way, cookies. Cookies is a very important thing. Watering cookies, milking cookies, whatever you want to do, have a snack when you're building. Anyway, as you see, I've done a few mashups. The hospital, for instance, back there was a mashup that I did out of 2 hospital sets and some extra bricks and things like that. I've done some of that with some of my buildings. Way back in the corner over there is the Lego Discovery Center. That was a mashup of all of the Lego store sets that had come out and been offered. So I've done this before, but I've had a lot of people ask, what's the process that you go through when you start to mash up some of those sets and mock those sets? And when I say mash up, I'm just using that term to basically mean that I'm taking several sets and then making mocks out of those parts of those sets and then mashing them all together, putting them all together to form one big scene or one big area in my city. So basically the process I do is, as I'm looking at the new sets that Lego offers and the old sets that they have, what I do is kind of think to myself, what are some commonalities within these sets that I could really use? And let's take a look at these 3 sets. Just if you look at the picture, what are some commonalities of these 3 sets? Well, I'll tell you what, one commonality is they have a whole load of white bricks of all different shapes and sizes. The police station, all kinds of bricks, and that bright blue brick type color. And then the 2 space stations, the bright blue brick colors in various different pieces. They have the white in various different pieces. And then you have some of those really nice nougat pieces and that lovely orange color and things like that. We also have some transports, and the transports come in handy when you're dealing with the Space Center. There's some track there, so that track could be integrated to a few things. A couple of vehicles that could be modded for space. And of course, you see a lot of the details in this particular set here with the garage doors. That would be good for a bay. Some of these pieces here with the supports and things. Lots of glass, so I could use lots of glass for a mission control center, things like that. And then this one, of course, comes with the launch control, because that's what the set's about. And so you see these wonderful windows here, the same type of glass and things that comes with the police station, that comes with the other sets. And so all of this could be added together. You see these great pieces here. For instance, these pieces here, I love these corrugated pieces. They're great for walls and things. Well, this set has them in them as well. So I could use the corrugated pieces from this set and from this set combine them with some of the wall pieces from this set, and we'd have a pretty decent MOC and be able to MOC it quite well. What I've done actually is I've placed a brick link order for these pieces, for a lot more of these pieces, because I want to use these for some things, and I'll show you those in a subsequent video. I want to keep these videos short so they don't get too long in the tooth, but that's kind of my process. And then what I do is I go over to my shelf and I think, okay, well, what do I have here? Well, I have a lot of white pieces, so I have a whole bin of white pieces and bricks and stuff, so that's going to help. So I don't necessarily need a lot of those. Let's see, in my individuals, I have a lot of the 2x1 white pieces, so that's going to help a lot. We have a pretty decent box of blue pieces as well, and then we have a whole bunch of miscellaneous pieces that I could use from various sets that have some windows and a lot of tiles to use inside. So I do that, and then I start to look at the set and I say, all right, well, what we're going to do first is I'm going to build the sets as is. One of my theories is that I always like to build the set first, and then I take apart and start kind of Frankensteining the pieces, so to speak. I take the pieces apart and see what goes together and all that sort of thing. So right now what I'm doing is I'm working on the pieces to build some sort of mission control. So naturally I've built this launch control here from this particular set, which is just absolutely fabulous and awesome. And I see over here, they also have a little launch control area. So I'm going to build that as well. And then I'm going to put it together with a couple of other things. So that's kind of the where I'm at the moment. I'm going to just start building the normal buildings, and then we'll get those up, and then I'll start to think what I can do and how I can mash them together. So if you have any comments down below, if you want to help me kind of build along with me in the comments and things like that as I go along and give me ideas, I am more than happy to entertain them and to discuss them. I really appreciate all your comments, and please like and subscribe this video, and I hope that this series will give you something as we go along. My goal is to post at least one video a week in this series, maybe more, and to keep them under 8 minutes. So we're just about up to 8 minutes. With that said, I will say thanks for viewing, and please come back for episode number 2 of MOC Mashup. This is Dr. McBrick signing out.